Welcome to Masters Academy. Subscribe, like and share our channel. Today I am going to explain the neat concept of physics. Topics: optics, that includes both ray optics and wave optics. Prepared by Santosh Kumar PK, MSc Physics and Electronics. So first question: if refracting angle of a prism is A and refractive index of the material of the prism is cot A by 2. The angle of minimum deviation is, 4 options are given. So solution, you know that the refractive index of the prism is given by sine of delta m plus A by 2 by sine A by 2, and they have given the refractive index of the material of the prism is cot A by 2. Therefore, cot A by 2 is equal to sine of delta m plus A by 2 by sine A by 2, which implies, so cot A by 2 into sine A by 2, it becomes cos A by 2 is equal to sine of delta m plus A by 2. Sine of cos A by 2 is written as sine of 90 minus A by 2 is equal to sine of delta m plus A by 2. So sine cancels. So 90 degree minus A by 2 is equal to delta m plus A by 2. On calculating, we get delta m is equal to 180 degree minus 2a. Therefore, option is first one, 180 degree minus 2a. Next question. Two identical thin plano-convex glass lenses of refractive index 1.5 each, having radius of curvature of 20 cm are placed with their convex surfaces in contact at the center. The intervening space is filled with oil of refractive index 1.7. The focal length of the combination is, 4 options are given. So solution, so they are given two identical thin plano-convex glass lenses are placed with their convex surfaces in contact. Let us consider two identical plano-convex glass lenses which are connected, they are combined like this. Now the intervening space is filled with oil of refractive index 1.7. It is filled with oil of refractive index 1.7. So look here, it becomes, these two are convex surface and it becomes a concave lens. Okay. So now from lens maker's formula, 1 by f is equal to mu minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2 for first and second, because both are having same refractive index and each having radius of curvature 20 cm. Therefore 1 by f1 will be equal to 1 by f2, which is 1 by 40. That is 1.5 minus 1 into 1 by 20. So which is equal to 1 by 40. So the second, what we consider is the medium, it is nothing but a concave lens. So it becomes 1 by f3 is equal to 1.7 minus 1 into 2 by 20. So which is equal to 1.7 minus 1 is 0.7 into 2 by 20 means 1 by 10, which is 7 by 100. Therefore, the effective focal length will be equal to 1 by f is equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 plus 1 by f3. Here f3, this is a concave lens, so you have to take negative. So what happens? 1 by f is equal to 1 by 40 plus 1 by 40 minus 7 by 100. On calculating, we get f is equal to minus 50 cm. Therefore, answer is option second one, minus 50 cm. Next problem. In a double slit experiment, the two slits are 1 mm apart and the screen is placed 1 meter away. A monochromatic light of wavelength 500 nanometer is used. What will be the width of each slit for obtaining 10 maxima of double slit within the central maxima of single slit pattern? So the solution, so angular width of central maxima in case of a double slit experiment is, we know that beta by d. And what is beta fringe width? It is d lambda by d. So d lambda by d, it becomes lambda by d. So angular width of central maxima in single slit is given by 2 lambda by d dash, where d dash is the width. Okay. Now according to the question, they have given you have to obtain the width for obtaining 10 maxima. Okay, 10 maxima of double slit. So for double slit, 10 maxima becomes 10 into lambda by d should be equal to 2 lambda by d dash. Therefore, on calculating, you will get d dash is equal to 0.2 into d, where d is the width of the slits, that is their distance between the two slits, it is 1 millimeter. So 0.2 into 1 millimeter, it is 0.2 millimeter. So option is Fourth one 0.2 millimeter. Next question. For a parallel beam of monochromatic light of wavelength lambda, diffraction is produced by a single slit whose width A is of the order of the wavelength of the light. If D is the distance of the screen from the slit, width of the central maxima will be. Now let us consider it is a parallel beam of monochromatic light of wavelength lambda. The diffraction is produced. The diffraction pattern you will get like this. So the intensity of diffraction. Now the linear width of the central maxima, will be equal to 2 theta into d. The linear width will be equal to d into 2 theta. Therefore, 2 into d theta, where theta is given by lambda by a. It is the width of the slit. Third, fourth one, 2d into lambda by a. Next problem. In an astronomical telescope, in normal adjustment, a straight black line of length L is drawn on inside part of objective lens. The eyepiece forms a real image of this line. The length of this image is I. The magnification of the telescope is. Look here, this is a astronomical telescope. Here, this is the objective and eyepiece. So you know that in a telescope, objective lens will be having larger diameter. So they have given a straight black line of length L is drawn on inside part of the objective. This is the straight line of length L drawn. So the eyepiece forms a real and inverted image I. Okay, the length of the image is I. So we know that magnification of the telescope is given by M is equal to F naught by Fe, that is focal length of the objective by focal length of the eyepiece. Therefore, here Fe by Fe plus U is equal to minus I by L. That is the height of the image to the height of the object. Here, since the image is real and inverted, it has taken as negative. So Fe by Fe plus U is equal to minus I by L. So here U is equal to the tube length of the telescope. So tube length of the telescope is equal to the distance between the objective and the eyepiece, that is F naught plus Fe. So on substituting Fe by Fe minus F naught plus Fe is equal to minus I by L. So on calculating, you will get Fe by F naught is equal to I by L, because it becomes minus Fe by F naught is equal to minus I by L. Minus minus cancels. Fe by F naught is I by L, but magnification is F naught by Fe. You have to take reciprocal. You will get M is equal to L by L. Therefore, the answer is first one, L by E. So next problem. A beam of light consisting of red, green and blue colors is incident on a right angle prism. The refractive index of the material of the prism for the above red, green and blue wavelengths are 1.39, 1.44 and 1.47 respectively, as shown here. Then the prism will, they have given 4 options. Separate the red color part from the green and blue colors. Separate the blue color part from the red and green colors. Separate all the 3 colors from one another. Not separate the 3 colors at all. So here you have to find what is the refractive index of the material, and you have to compare the refractive index of the prism with the refractive index of the colors, for the colors. So if the refractive index obtained is greater than the refractive index of the colors, then the colors which is having less refractive index will not undergo total internal reflection. Okay. So now solution. Here we know that refractive index mu is equal to 1 by sin IC. So IC critical angle is 45 degree. Therefore sin 45 is 1 by root 2. So mu is equal to 1 divided by 1 by root 2 is root 2, which is 1.414. That means the refractive index obtained for this prism is 1.414. But the refractive index for the red color is 1.39, which is less than the refractive index of the material. Therefore, the other colors will be having greater refractive index compared to this one. Okay. Now, what happens? The red color does not undergo total internal reflection, but all the other colors will undergo total internal reflection. Therefore, the option is first one. It will separate the red color part from the green and blue colors. At the first minimum adjacent to the central maximum of a single slit diffraction pattern, the phase difference between the Huygens wavelet from the edge of the slit and the wavelet from the midpoint of the slit is. So here it is the single slit diffraction. Okay. Now for first minima at point P, we know that according to single slit diffraction, A sin theta is equal to lambda. So phase difference here is delta phi 1 is equal to the path difference by lambda into 2 pi. Delta x1 by lambda into 2 pi. So what is this delta x1? It is nothing but a by 2 into sin theta. Okay, delta x1 is equal to a by 2 into sin theta. Therefore, the phase difference delta phi 1 is equal to lambda a by 2 into sin theta is nothing but lambda by 2. Therefore, lambda by 2 lambda into 2 pi, which is equal to pi radian. The phase difference is pi radian. So option is fourth one, pi radian. Next problem. Two slits in Young's experiment have widths in the ratio 1:25. The ratio of intensity at the maxima and minima in the interference pattern I maximum by I minimum is. So 4 options are given. So we know that intensity I1 by I2 is equal to W1 by W2, which is equal to 1 by 25. So I2 by I1 is equal to 25 by 1. So I maximum by I minimum is equal to root of I2 plus root I1 whole square by root of I2 minus root I1 whole square. So root of I2 plus root I1 whole square can be written as root of I2 by I1 plus 1 square into root of I2 by I1 minus 1 square. So what is I2 by I1? Which is 25 by 1. So root of 25 by 1 is 5 by 1. So it is nothing but 5 by 1 is 5 itself. So 5 plus 1 whole square by 5 minus 1 whole square. 5 plus 1 is 6 square by 4 square. So it is nothing but 3 by 2 whole square. 3 square is 9. 2 square is 4. So option is 9 by 4. So option is second one, 9 by 4. Next problem. The angle of incidence for a ray of light at a refracting surface of a prism is 45 degree. The angle of prism is 60 degree. If the ray suffers minimum deviation through the prism, the angle of minimum deviation and refractive index of the material of the prism respectively are. So here you have to obtain both angle of minimum deviation as well as refractive index. Now they are given the angle of incidence is 45 degree and the angle of prism is 60 degree. We know that the minimum deviation delta m is given by 2i minus a. So 2 into 45 is 90. 90 minus 60 is 30 degree. Therefore, angle of minimum deviation is 30 degree. So here we will be having two options, 2 and 4, 30 degree and 30 degree. So either it may be second one or fourth one. So now what is the refractive index means? We know that mu is equal to sine of a plus delta m by 2 by sine a by 2. So a is 60, delta m is 30. So 60 plus 30 is 90. Sine 90 by 2 is 45. So sine 45 by sine 30. It is nothing but sine 45 1 by root 2 and sine 30 is 1 by 2. It becomes 2 by 1. So it will get root 2. Therefore answer is 30 degree delta m. Minimum deviation is 30 degree and refractive index is root 2. So option is second one. So next problem. A astronomical telescope has objective and eyepiece of focal lengths 40 cm and 4 cm respectively. To view an object 200 cm away from the objective, the lenses must be separated by a distance. So you have to obtain what is the distance between the two lenses to view an object 200 cm away from the objective. Now using lens formula for objective, we know that 1 by v naught minus 1 by u naught is equal to 1 by f naught. So 1 by v naught is equal to 1 by f naught plus 1 by u naught on calculating. So f naught, focal length is 40 cm and the distance, object distance is 200. We know that object distance is always to the left, it has taken as negative. So 1 by v naught is equal to 1 by 40 minus 1 by 200. On calculating you will get 4 by 200, which is nothing but 1 by 50. So v naught is equal to 50 cm. So the distance, the image distance obtained is 50 cm and we know that the distance between the objective lens and the eyepiece is nothing but the tube length of the telescope. L is equal to v naught plus fe. So v naught is equal to 50 and fe is the focal length of the eyepiece, which is 4 cm. So 50 plus 4 is 54 cm. Therefore, the two lenses must be separated by 54 cm. Answer is fourth one, 54 cm. Next problem. Match the corresponding entries of column 1 with column 2 where m is the magnification produced by the mirror. So in column 1 they have given 4, m is equal to minus 2, m is equal to minus 1 by 2, m is equal to plus 2 and m is equal to plus 1 by 2. In column 2 they have given convex mirror, concave mirror, real image and virtual image. So the answers, options given are, so let us find what is this one. So we know that the magnification is having two values, one is positive and negative. So for a virtual image magnification is positive and for a real image magnification is negative. That means Here magnification is negative means it is a real image, and we know that always a real image is formed by a concave mirror. Therefore, m is equal to -2. It may be concave mirror. It is applicable for concave mirror and a real image. Next, m is equal to -1/2. Magnification -1/2 is nothing but less than 1. So again, the magnification is greater than 1 for a magnified image, and it is less than 1 for a diminished image. Here m is equal to -1/2 means it is again negative, means it is for a concave mirror and real image. So you can find that. So A is nothing but -2 is for concave mirror and real image. B -1/2 is for again concave mirror and real image. So m is equal to +2, that is concave mirror and virtual image, and m is equal to 1/2 for A, that is convex mirror and virtual image. So answer is first one. A is B and C, B is B and C, C B and D, and A and D. Next problem. In a diffraction pattern, due to a single slit of width A, the first minimum is observed at an angle 30 degree when light of wavelength 5000 angstrom is incident on the slit. The first secondary maximum is observed at an angle of, you have to obtain what is the value of the first secondary maximum distance. So for first minimum, we know that sin theta is lambda by A, it is 30 degrees, so sin 30 is lambda by A, which is equal to sin 30 is 1/2. So lambda by A is 1/2. So for secondary maxima, this first secondary maxima is sin theta is 3 lambda by A, and we know that lambda by A is 1/2. So 3/2 into 1/2 is 3/4. So sin theta is equal to 3/4. Therefore theta is equal to sin inverse of 3/4. So option is fourth one, sin inverse of 3/4. So next problem. The intensity at the maximum in a Young's double slit experiment is I0. Distance between two slits is d is equal to 5 lambda. Where lambda is the wavelength of light used in the experiment, what will be the intensity in front of one of the slits on the screen placed at a distance d is equal to 10d. So now here you are having two slits S1 and S2, so they are separated by d. The screen is separated by distance capital D. Now the path difference between the waves coming from S2 and S1 is S2p minus S1p. It is, on calculating, you will get the direct value d square by 2d. So if you know what is the synopsis, then you may know what is the expression for path difference. It is d square by 2d. Therefore, on equating this value, they have given the distance to obtain the intensity in front of the one of the slits screen placed at a distance d is equal to 10d. You equate d is equal to 10d. So d square by 2 into 10d, which is d by 20, which is d is nothing but the value of d is 5 times the wavelength, 5 lambda by 20. It is lambda by 4. Therefore, the phase difference is equal to 2 pi by lambda into path difference. So it becomes 2 pi by 4, which is equal to pi by 2. Therefore, intensity as the desired path is I is equal to I0 into cos square of pi by 2, which is I0 into cos square of pi is pi by 2. Pi by 2 by 2 is pi by 4, which is nothing but equal to I0 by 2. So option is fourth one, I0 by 2. Please subscribe our channel and enable bell button to get notification of further videos. Thank you.